good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be joining us from. I am author TK Peoples, and I am just overjoyed to be here today. I first want to say thank you to the Clayton County Public Library System for hosting this day and for allowing indie authors to have a platform to share their work with the world. So I thank you so much. So again, I am TK Peoples. I am an educator, author, mom, wife. I have been in education for past 21 years. Um, the first 13 years of my career, I was a classroom teacher, taught language arts and reading, taught some Spanish my early years. And now I have switched over and I have become a librarian because I want to put my love for reading and I want to be able to reach more people. So being a librarian, I'm able to reach everyone in the entire school. So I love, love, love my job as a librarian. I am now the self-published author. My journey began in 2019 when I published my first book. I knew I wanted to be a writer a long, long time ago as a child, but I just knew I was going to be the next Stephen King because I love horror. That's my favorite genre, and I love reading it. But when it came time to write it, I guess that was not in the plans. And I found myself becoming more because I worked in the library with children for 7 years. I was an elementary librarian. I started to fall in love with children's books and knew that if I could write a book and get a message to children at an early age, it would be better. So my main genre is children's book. And so my first published book that I started with in 2019 is my book called Wow, Mom, You Speak Spanish? And this book came about. I see the need in the schools for bilingual materials. A lot of our schools in Clayton County, especially, are starting to be dual enrolled schools. That means they teach, starting at kindergarten, they teach another language. And a lot of them are teaching Spanish early. The earlier you start learning the language, the better. I always tell kids and I tell people that I'm not from a Spanish speaking country. I'm from the United States. But at a young age, I fell in love with learning the language and learning about the culture. I had an opportunity to stay in Spain for 2 months. That was awesome during college. And I started learning, and I'm able to communicate with people who speak Spanish. And I want kids to know that you can do it too, but you got to start early. So I always tell educators and people in education and parents, get your kids started early, teach them a language early. It is so beneficial for them in the future. People who are looking for people to work for them, to hire, they're looking for bilingual people. You can earn more if you're able to speak more than one language. So I wrote this book. It's about a little boy. He goes to school and there's a new classmate and she's upset. She's crying. She's not happy. And she doesn't speak English. Oh my goodness, what are they going to do? So Jordan, who's the main character in this book, he overhears his mom speaking Spanish one day and he got the bright idea, oh my goodness, my mom can help me and I can help this little girl. So this book deals with friendship. It goes into that social emotional learning and teaching kids to be compassionate to others who are different and to get them interested in learning about other people and other cultures. So that's what this book is about. Jordan learns his mom can speak Spanish, so he goes home and he asks for her help because he wants that little girl to be happy. He doesn't want her to be sad. So I encourage people to teach their children languages early. And Spanish is one of my favorites. So in my children's book, I try to make them bilingual. Another thing that I've been working on is something that I don't see a lot in schools is cursive handwriting. We had to get away from that in school, and we don't teach it anymore. So parents, teachers, I create this cursive handwriting book, and it's in Spanish. So in this particular one, all the animals are in Spanish. So your child can learn how to not only practice their cursive handwriting, but learn the animals in Spanish, and they can color and everything. So this is one of my latest projects that supports learning languages and getting back to our basics in school, something we don't teach anymore, cursive handwriting. Recently, I became Amazon's one of Amazon's bestsellers. I did an adult book. This is an anthology that I did with 90 other authors, and we became bestseller overnight. But this is another genre that I love and that I write in. This is just like a daily devotional. It's 90 stories by 90 different amazing authors, and it deals with those difficult times in grief, when you have to find the joy in that grief, and how do you do it? And in this book, I share my story about how I dealt with a situation that was very difficult for me, and then offer advice to others on how to get through it. So that's another genre that I'm in, is anthologies, daily messages, Christian messages for adults. And then finally, again, I'm an educator, and a lot of the books and things that I will write in the future, and they're right now, they have to deal with children and educators. And a funny memoir that I just completed and I just released is called Overworked, Underpaid, and Stressed: When Teachers Get Fat. So this is a memoir that kind of documents my first year as a teacher, and all the things that we go through and have to do. And before I knew it, my weight had increased a lot due to stress, a lot due to the things that we have to do on a daily basis. You don't have time to eat properly, a lot of things going on with you. So it's a little humor in this memoir, but it just kind of goes through what I went through, and hopefully it will provide some tips to new teachers coming in about how to keep yourself healthy, stress-free, while you're working in one of the most stressful jobs in the United States. Education is very stressful, can be a stressful job. And so we have to learn early how to take care of ourselves, and how to how to take care of ourselves, and how to mix that workload in, and the stresses that we deal with on a daily basis, so that we can be our best. I've seen so many people not even make it to retirement, that they work so hard, and then they get to retirement age and they don't even get to enjoy it. So put a couple of tips in here in the end, and some things that I've learned over the years that could help you. But it's a cute, fun memoir that I hope people will enjoy. And so that's pretty much it about me. You can find me on all social media platforms at Anort Books. Anort is actually my first name. Trona is spelled backwards. So Anort is Anort, and Books. So you can find me on all platforms, TikTok, at Anort Books. And then please visit my website at www.anortbooks.com. Keep in touch. Again, I thank Clayton County, any educators, any school systems, anyone out there who would like to welcome me into your school, to talk to your kids, or to do readings or author visits. I would love to do that. So again, thank you so much to Clayton County for giving authors this platform. Being an independent, self-published author is not easy. Most of us have full-time jobs and part-time jobs, in addition to trying to write and get our books out there. So thank you